Many of you probably think that America has English as its official language, but it's not. America has no official language. Initially, when different people settled in America, they all spoke different languages, and at some point, there was need to have a singular language to unify the country as a whole. That's when English came into play and became the de facto language. The reason why English has never been picked as the official language for the US is because picking English would undermine all the other languages which are equally important, and that would diminish democracy. And they just use English as a de facto language. This brings my topic for the day, that English is a unifying language between many parts of the world. Today, I'll be talking about 3 points. First, English being the language of business in the world. Secondly, the British Empire led to English imperialism. And third, the world's favorite lingua franca is English. To begin with, English is the world's business language. As the US was becoming the world's business superpower and had English as their de facto language, it gradually led to English becoming the language of business. Many big corporations such as Microsoft, Google, Facebook, all originated in America and were in English. As they set up in different countries, they took English with them. And for business to be successful, they need to be speaking in one language. So the people who worked in those companies, and for example, are from an English non-speaking countries, they had to learn the basic English so that they can be able to work in the companies. This made English serve as a linking language between various startups and setups in the various parts of the world. According to Neely in his article on Global Business Speak English on Harvard Business Review, he said that the primary reasons as to why English is being set as a corporate standard are competitive pressure, globalization of tasks and resources, and also mergers and acquisition across national boundaries. This is why English is becoming a linking language between various parts of the world. Major social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram were first done in English. Also, the internet was first invented in English. As people were eager to learn this new thing, the internet, they have to have had a basic knowledge in English, and this prompted them to know English, which served as a linking tool for all the internet users. With the internet came along the keyboard, which was the first keyboard was first designed to use the Latin script, the alphabet, the QWERTY keyboard. It was first designed to be used in English typically. So people, in order to use the computers, had to have a basic understanding in English. And as various people attempted to communicate across the globe, they made English a linking language. For my second point, the British Empire led to English language imperialism. As well known, in the past, the British had very different colonies around all parts of the world, and as they colonized different parts of the world, they took English with them. According to Professor Knowles, English has some special statuses and as an official or second languages in more than 70 countries, which are mostly former colonies to British. And according to Professor Gellard, in his article of Language Imperialism, he defines imperialism as the transfer of a dominant language to other people. So as the British colonized different people, different countries, and different parts of the world, when they left them with a language which they still use up to date. A good example is America. The initial settlers had different languages, such as there was the Germans, the Spanish, the Irish, but English served as a linking language for all and became the de facto language eventually. For my country, where I originate from, Kenya, there's 48 different speaking languages. It would have been very difficult for the country to communicate as a whole if all the 48 different tribes tried to speak out. But after the British left and Kenya gained high independence, they left the language, which is now an official language, and the country is able to communicate as a whole, and is also able to communicate with other countries who were former colonies of the Britain, and be able to transact like country trades and stuff like that. I have talked about English being the language of business, and I've also talked about British Empire initiating English imperialism. For my third and final point, English is the world's favorite lingua franca. According to Gosh, in ranked the 100 most spoken languages in the world, English emerges as top of the language with most speakers, with over 1.2 billion speakers. English is used as the most common international diplomacy language, as most world organization has English listed as their official language, such as the ICC, the UN, the International Maritime. English has also found its way around the airport and is considered the de facto international language for civil aviation. This is to ease communication in the aviation sector. Generally, it's very important for different parts of the world to communicate, such as now in the time of the pandemic, where every country needs to submit its research in order to find a vaccine. It has been made very easy, as many different parts of the world are able to communicate their findings in English. And it has taken them even closer to getting a vaccine. This shows that English is an important linking language between various parts of the world. In conclusion, English is a linking language between many parts of the world. I've talked about 3 points. First, English being the language of business in the world, and how various companies, global companies that originated from English-speaking countries, have gone to various parts of the country and taken English with them. Second is the British Empire and how it initiated English language imperialism, as most of the former British colonies such as Kenya and Ghana have English as the only official language. And third, English as the world's favorite lingua franca, and how it's being used globally and as an official language in many global organizations, and also as the official language for aviation. Most of you are still probably hung up with the fact that America has no official language, and English has been serving the entire time as a linking language between the entire population. This sums up my informative piece that English is a linking language not only in America, but also in many parts of the world.